I thought that was you for a second. I'm like, oh no! I like turn around all concerned, it's the TV.
I fell down the ride.
Yeah, I'm like, what happened? Like,
I'm okay.
well, that's good. What's going on, guys? We're down here at the local flea market in Daytona Beach, Florida. Hoping to come away with some cool stuff, maybe find some video games, hopefully get rid of a giant bin of Masters of the Universe toys. So we'll see what happens with that, but stay tuned for more. Talk to the people in that store about pulling around the back. I think this is the access road that we need. Hello.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I talked to your wife and she suggested I pull around the back. I have some stuff for you to look at if you're interested.
Oh, okay.
There's a toy store out closer to the coast that is was renovating, and they asked me to come out and clear out some of their inventories. Not the stuff that I have with me, but I bought some other stuff from them, so yeah, it was good. They do mostly like newer stuff, so they're like, they're like super vintagey stuff, like isn't for me. I'm like, all right, cool. Animation cell's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
By the power of Grayskull.
Yeah, we can bring it in if you want to look at it. But
All Motu stuff, right?
all Master of the Universe, all vintage. A lot of it's complete. Like, this guy's got all his discs in there.
Okay.
Still got the top piece, got the thing that he slides into. I think he's got just about all his guns on him.
Okay.
Land Shark's got both the guns. Some of them are a little worse for wear. But like I was telling her, a lot of this stuff is too big for me, and too big and fragile for me to ship.
Yeah.
So it's like...
I know I do really well with the figures, but this stuff tends to sit around a little bit longer. But, I mean, it's cool because, like, this one you don't see very often.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that you'll probably say that about. Like, it doesn't get any worse as you go towards the bottom.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, well, let's bring it in and take it. What are you looking for this stuff?
So I don't know exactly. Like I was telling her, like even if we could do like a trade out, I could get like some smaller inventory. Okay. That's going to make more sense for me. I'm good with that.
Half cash, half
so
whatever. We'll see.
Yeah.
Buying and buying, but
I hear you.
I love vintage stuff, man.
Absolutely. The reason I bought this stuff is because it also came with a bunch of the figures, which do make sense for me to sell online.
Right.
But it's definitely not all perfect condition, but a lot of it does at least have its stuff. So from what I looked up, these are actually two separate things. I guess this one goes on the guy, like the guy wears it. So it's like folds down and it goes over him. Yeah. Yeah. That's the stuff that maybe would have been a little easier for me to sell online, but I didn't want to take all the stuff that's going to be easier to sell out of it. I have no idea what that ripcord goes to. I assume something in there.
This should go to... They made a couple things that had these zips, but the one is the little cart. Here.
Oh, yeah. Bonus ripcords. I was hoping it was going to go to Orco, because I got an Orco in there, and it did not. Does have one hinge that's seen better days.
Well, it still has a door, and it has that, which is okay. I mean, usually when I get them, they're just the shell. I mean,
right.
It's got a couple pieces to it.
Yeah, it's got a couple things in there, and I guess that piece kind of goes with this, but it actually goes to the orange guy. Apparently, it was his like base, and then he on the actual body, unfortunately, got some stuff on him. But both of his wings are in there, and they are not broken. I just took them off so they didn't get broken. Yeah, and his base is down there too. It does fire. If you do it, I recommend doing it somewhere where you'll be able to retrieve the disc.
Yeah. Fire's pretty good, right?
Yeah. Microphone works. The bits that are there are pretty nice, but obviously it doesn't have the bridge. It doesn't have the handcuffs. I know that stuff can definitely add up.
Yeah. You almost, I mean, once these things are loose, you almost never find them complete.
You're welcome to test the microphone, though. I think that was the most impressive part of that one.
Yeah, if it still works, that's great.
Yep, microphone works awesome. I mean, it sounds like it's from the 80s, but it works. And again, the sticker is really nice shape. The net's in there.
You got the little ones like that.
There was a couple loose pieces. Like, I'm pretty sure that yellow thing is to a G.I. Joe something. Okay. Like, I don't think that's even Masters of the Universe, but it was in there.
I was just looking at it and I didn't
like, yeah. Yeah, I got super lucky at the Goodwill, and I don't know what happened, but they put out 96 N64 games for $3 a piece. And they were in bricks of 10, so you couldn't see what was in the middle. And I was like, I'll take every single one of them. Like, we'll see what happens. And no word of a lie, there was 5 copies of Mario 64 in there, like 3 or 4 Ocarina of Time. I know you said you don't really do games, but lots of like $30, $40, $50 games for $3 ridiculous.
You usually find that at Goodwill.
I rarely see N64 games like at yard sales, anything. Like, I do not see N64 stuff. So when I found that at Goodwill, blown away. And only there was 2 games in there that were fake.
That look out for that. They send usually all the good stuff to their Goodwill.com store. You know, that does all that stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea how that thing works or if it works, but I know both the pieces are there. Apparently it
spins around.
Yeah, I guess it sits on there and it spins in circles and like goes back and forth.
Right.
Like, the condition of this stuff is crazy.
It's not bad, yeah.
Yeah. And Bashosaurus does still bash.
If I'll ever get this back in the way you had it.
Ah, that's cool.
I'd like to be in the 250 range.
Oh, yeah.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, I couldn't. I'd be pretty far outside of that, for sure.
Okay, because I know what most of this stuff goes for. Now, some of the stuff I don't know very well, but the last one of these I sold didn't have anything in it. It sold for $30. And it sat here for like 4 months. Because everybody wants it with everything in it. So that's going to be like $40 to $45. This one, I think, probably going to be like $80. I mean, but some of these things to me are, like you said, the one with the wings and stuff. All the legs. I don't know. I've never sold one of them before.
Right.
I don't know whether that's going to go or not. I mean, I'm looking at it like retail. I'm looking at it like there's like 500, maybe 500 plus in here, but that's a guess.
Right. I mean, I think, and if you want to look around a little bit more, I think you'll come to find that it is a bit more. Like you said, the guy with the legs. You never sold him. I've looked him up. All complete. He's like 150 to 175, and then the big gun is closer to 200 with all the discs, all that kind of stuff.
That
by
one
itself.
is like $200.
Yeah, and I mean, you're welcome to look it up if you question that at all. But I mean, if I could get to the,
I don't question it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking?
So I couldn't take less than 500 in trade-in on it. That's what I have into
beyond
it.
what I'd be willing to do for it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it because it's not stuff I'm super familiar with.
Mm.
And I just can't imagine it selling here, which means I'd have to eBay it.
Right.
Which I don't want to do either.
Right.
I mean, I got 3,000 things on eBay. I don't need more. As far as me being able to get that kind of money for the stuff here, I just don't see it.
For sure.
It's awesome though, and probably someday I'll regret it.
I mean, I'm looking at what I have into it. I could probably.
I'm just the thing is, I'm just not. I got to make money on it, and I'm not seeing like 800 to 1,000 in this box, and that's what I mean. I'm looking that I got to make at least $300 on it.
Yeah.
I can't personally see it here. Not that I couldn't see that like online. That's what they're going for. I mean, here in this store, I just can't see it.
Yeah. I was looking at what I have into it, and I could probably do 400 in trade, but we may still be too far apart on it at that.
If you want to do some trade, I would give it a chance.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was talking about.
If you want to do like,
I need small stuff.
If you want some like cash and trade, I'd probably rather do that. Like it would just make me feel better if I could do like 200 cash and then 200 trade.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, if that works for you, I'll give it a try.
So I'm happy to leave it where somebody else can make money on it, but I can't let it go for less than I have into it, you know.
I'm hoping it. I'm hoping you're happy with that and that it works out.
Yeah, 400 is about what I have into it, so I'm fine with that. Okay. That's even swap for me. I get stuff that's going to be easier for me to sell, so.
Okay.
That's all same. Like I said, I'd rather not take the risk that this stuff's going to get damaged.
A couple of big Motu guys. In fact, one of them just left, and he says he has everything. I have a scare glow up there that he's just like drooling over.
Yeah.
But he says he has everything, so I'm gonna like ask him when he comes in just to get his opinion on it, because I do have some guys that come in here constantly looking for Motu stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And this, I mean, some of this is stuff that I've never had before.
I think it'll do well for you. Yeah, I mean, some of this stuff I've never seen, and if you decide I'm totally off base, here's my card.
Okay.
Feel free to reach out to me and be like, you were crazy.
No,
I'm sure the price is going to be fair. So.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah.
And there's just money in it. Even for the lower end ones, if you got it complete, I mean, you've like doubled your price on it.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? So I had just about everything come in, except for him. He finally came in. Of course, he doesn't have anything with him. I got a Mosquito back there.
Nice.
I have a dark-faced Grizzler.
Nice.
You know about those, right?
Yeah.
I have a dark face, so those
are the variant.
Those are pricey ones.
That's cool. The Mosquito, no gun?
No.
Okay.
No. Blood action works really well, but... You know,
yeah. Yeah, those freaking guns are expensive by themselves.
Yeah.
I'll look around here. How much is your little Krang?
What do I? 7
I don't know if you're selling this or if that was just in that box, but I was curious.
Oh, yeah, there's just leftover stuff.
And this stuff was in with the turtles.
I do 20 bucks on the for the pair.
Okay, that works. Would you do 20 on this guy? Yeah, 25 on him. Okay. Yeah, thinking about those cranks.
They're so awesome. And the big Krang also has he has the right brain in him, because you know a lot of times you get stuck with the brain that has the blue lines through it. That's the original brain that came with him.
Nice.
Yeah. So that brain alone is like 40. It's like ridiculously expensive. Brain.
Yeah. So I'm at 120 there. Would you do 200 even if I got them both, and then it'd just be 80 bucks in cash?
Hold on a second.
I think you said 75, and then the big one says 150.
What?
I'm at 120 there.
120.
So I was saying maybe 200 for those, and then just $80 in cash. Won't call it even on the Motu stuff.
Wait, how much cash are we doing now?
Just 80 bucks.
It's just so I'm gonna give you 80 bucks.
Yep, and then I do 320 in trade.
Okay.
I'll take the 2 cranks.
Yep, that'll work.
Okay.
Sewer set up there too.
Which one?
They have the sewer layer up there. I think it's
nice.
one piece.
I actually have in the stuff that I bought. I haven't gone through them yet because I just haven't had the time. But I have 2 sewers, and so I imagine I have a whole one. I don't know yet. But
Yeah, there's a lot of little pieces. So
sweet.
I don't know if you need a 10. But...
Okay.
You know him. He was priced accordingly because he came with 3 pieces.
Okay.
There's only 2 of those blue pieces.
Yeah.
So
You may feel some disorientation when you revive in your new body. It's alive!
yeah, we got ones that are like, I think they were made for Beanie Babies, so they're like not as wide. They're like this long and like that. And I was buying these models off a lady. She had them in her bedroom. Then she had those 3 cases of those up top.
Mm-hmm.
Just as, and I was like, oh, I want those.
Right.
Anything I can put figures in is good.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it, sir. And what was your
Man, I
name?
appreciate you, Steve.
Steve? Eric.
Eric.
It was nice working with you.
All right, appreciate
Hopefully you make
man.
out good on that
I
stuff.
hope you make good out on it too.
Thanks, man. I ended up trading that stuff out with him. This is unrelated to that deal, but I just wanted to show you.
My God.
They're a little worse for the wear, need some cleaning, but
still.
got his head and both the figures.
That is nuts.
Right?
That is nuts. Oh my God.
Okay, $10.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
But pretty happy with it. I'm having a little hard time. I think this little mechanism's broken, so I'm probably gonna have to fix that to get the head to stay on, but yeah, I figured you'd appreciate the coolness. And we ended up doing 400 in trade on it. I'm like, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
He's like, I took 80 bucks cash and the rest in trade, and got his big Krang and stuff that he had in there. So I'm like, I'm gonna get some higher end pieces. I appreciate you, man.
Good seeing you. Keep in touch.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep in touch. That's crazy, man. Oh.
Yeah, love this thing. But yeah, take it easy. You too.